Padme, you're going down a path I can't follow. Like, seriously, there's so much sand there. It's awful. I won't follow you there. No, thank you. Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Xaereth Needs a Haircut, a Grand Arena story. Today, we're starting off 3v3, and it's a spectacle, guys. We're facing a guy with a crazy big roster, and you guys can see the name of the person in the video description, the video title, even. There's a lot going on in this fight, folks. I honestly don't think you want to miss anything. It's quite interesting. Let me find... Alright, so here's the thing, guys. I didn't take any screenshots of my defenses. For whatever reason, I just did not. So here's what we're up against. And, you know, we'll talk about what I left on defense a little bit. But I did take screenshots of the final and everything. This guy outdoes me in almost every way. I'm on the left-hand side that compares him on the right-hand side. You can see he beats me on relic levels like crazy. He beats me like a rug. He beats me on mods by a crazy margin. He beats me on Datacron. Look at the rerolls for Datacrons. It's I mean, it's not the most rerolls anyone's ever done on Datacrons, but it's a lot. It's quite a bit. I mean, everything. So... you know, what's a man to do against such reckless hate? I guess just buy more Omicrons. He's beating me by 9 of those as well. So let's jump into the fighting and let's just get started, shall we, folks? Remember to mount the algorithm for me too, if you wouldn't mind, folks. We'd really appreciate that. I'm gonna turn up the music. I don't know if that's gonna mess with you guys or not. That being said, whoa, we're in the video recap. He placed Jabba on defense, guys, and it's like 3v3. Supreme Leader Kylo does not win in 5v5, but I was like, well, we gotta try something here. Gotta try something. So, Supreme Leader Kylo, I don't remember. Okay, I think this was with the new Datacron, and you know, so you can gain turn meter and stuff. So I was like, man, okay, Hux is gonna help me by making sure that they don't gain all the bonus turn meter, and we're probably gonna lose all our ads. Remember, my guy has his all of his all of his stuff, like Relic 9. You can see Relic 9 on Chrysanthemum, Relic 9 on all the people. I probably should have targeted Chrysanthemum when I did the AoE, actually. I don't know what I was thinking there. And Hux died, poor bastard. But they do have, yeah, they do have the new cron, because they have, you can see the damage immunity that Boushh has, Boushh bag. So we take her out, and yeah, so the idea is we're going to probably get some pretty poor banners here, but at least we'll hopefully get through Jabba. I've since learned that Kenobi's actually a better counter here, folks, just so you're aware. However, Kenobi's not a good counter in 5s, neither is Kylo, and Kenobi, like, Jabba's kind of built to be Kenobi. So anyways, it takes a while to take down the slug, of course. It's a slug fest, if you will. And yeah, remember, we're in the top 50, so, you know, people have huge rosters, huge other things, I'm sure. Look at that, we missed. Look at that. He didn't even have any dodge on him. We missed twice in a row. I have an accuracy arrow, guys. He does not have, he has the new cron. He has the new Datacron, which means he does not have, oh, goodbye, crew. Luckily we have a double of you. He doesn't have any dodge on it, but he dodged twice in a row anyways for fun, and that was good. He probably actually has some extra natural evasion or something for his mastery. Okay, guys, this is one of those spectacles. All right, so you guys have seen me try to take down Darth Revan before, if you've watched my other 3v3 videos. And okay, so we're trying to get rid of this really super tanky Sith Empire trooper. Like, this team has a ton of armor. Like, the Datacron has a ton of armor, and it's like, okay, if we can't get through them at first, then we're probably just screwed. We actually make a pretty good run at killing Malgus, or Malak. Probably should have done the AoE there or something. Maybe I could have killed him, but, okay, so we're at 2. Can we take out Sith Empire Trooper? Okay, thank goodness we did. Now, I'm going to pause it in just a minute here, folks. Okay, I probably should have either done the regroup or the AoE. The AoE would have been nice just because it would have given me another stack back. And, okay, so you'll notice we're at 20 stacks on Dark Trooper, and Dark Trooper is dead now. Now, I'm not going to go into the game and show you guys the text, but if you read the text, once his ambition ability goes away, well, that's the thing that was on Dark Trooper, that's like the taunt that you give him, the thing that lets him a Dark Trooper assist, all that stuff. Once that goes away, it gives Piett a bunch of things. It gives him extra health, and it gives him 300% extra offense. So I wait for a while. I'm like, I don't know, can we just kill Malak? I'm not sure. Like, if we just do the AoE, then maybe that'll fear Revan, and maybe I'll stand a chance. They both have 10 stacks of Frenzy, or whatever it's called. It's not Frenzy, but that debuff, and so that means they don't have any armor, and Piett just actually just wipes them out in one hit. I was pretty sure we were screwed, that we had failed there, but the thing is, I would have showed you the live reaction, folks, but I was sick this day. I was like coughing and hacking, and it's not a pleasant sight. Even my bad haircut is better than that. So now we're facing Malgus. Remember, this is the first fight with Malgus without his own data cron, without so he's just borrowing someone else's. But this one, I think he has like 40% more health, because that 5 is pretty cool to a lot of different teams, and his big hit does a crazy amount of damage at Relic 9 and everything. It's pretty nuts. We're taking Rey here just because Rey can do some cool stuff sometimes. But I mean, Relic 9 Malgus, man, he's just so damn tanky. So I'm like, okay, do we do a whirlwind now or do the ultimate? Like, the ultimate would be really nice, of course, but yeah, okay, so we take out Dark Basti, and yeah, I mean, hopefully this takes out Talon, because Talon would just revive Malgus here. Okay, so now we're down to just Malgus, and we gotta figure this out. Can we just use the whirlwind to take him out? Not so much. He just tanks. Man, he just tanks whirlwinds, guys. He's crazy. He is pretty fancy. In fact, yeah, I don't love this fight, guys. Even with, like, so Dark Basti is probably the first half of the good team. Like, in 3v3, I think the best team for Malgus is still Darth Revan and Dark Basti. I mean, I could be wrong. Maybe it's like Malak or something, but one way or another. Alright, we finally get through it, and we actually get 57, which is the soft max there. That's pretty nice. Working our way through his teams, and okay, here's another part of the spectacle, guys. He has Relic 8 Sortie, which most people don't. Look at how close Nihilus is dead. He's got Expose on him and everything. Whew. But we've got the two new murder droids. He's got Relic 7 on him. He does not have the Omicrons on him. I'm wondering if the Omicrons would have put him over the edge, but okay, now that Nihilus is healed, like, things are a little more on our court. Remember, we have to kill one of them first, because killing one of them first is, if we do the Annihilate, it would just let them revive anyways, because the repair skill, or whatever it is from Sortie, lets them have one guaranteed comeback. So finally I was like, alright, let's get rid of the foresight on this guy. And BT1, BTZ, whatever he is, he packs a punch, man. He does a lot of hits. He does a lot of damage. Look at how close Traya is. Remember, these are Relic 7 Sith. Like, this is, Relic 7 on the droids as well, but man, I have a modded to be tanky. It's a very impressive squad, folks. I'm duly impressed. But eventually we get rid of the one guy who does all the damage. Like, Sortie does okay damage, but not the kind of damage you need to be able to take down the Sith trio. And honestly, this is what this is my one gamble, guys. I didn't want to use a Galactic Legend. Here's the thing. I placed Lord Vader and I placed Jabba on defense. I kept the rest of my Galactic Legends. And then we placed a bunch of, like, we placed Malgus, we placed General Skywalker, a lot of teams that are still tough for people to get through without using a Galactic Legend. Just so that, I mean, the thing about threes is you're trying to beat the other guy, like, you're trying to trap the other guy into using too many Galactic Legends in the front, and it, you know, or he tries to go cheap on you, and hopefully use, you know, you're able to snap up the team pretty nicely. So, alright, we're managing our banners here, guys. We're trying to be efficient, because efficiency is the name of the game in 3v3. It really is. Once I started really embracing efficiency, I started winning a lot, and you know, there's a reason for that. So alright, got through the sortie squad with Traya, just barely, guys. If Nihilus had been one lower level, it wouldn't have worked. Alright, General Skywalker. This team, guys, I mean, this is an old team, but it still demands a Galactic Legend if you can. Like, if you can spare Sith Eternal, like, it's fairly easy. You don't even need the ultimate for this. This is like the best way to use the ultimate, to use the Sith Eternal without an ultimate, I should say, is take out General Skywalker. But you know, because General Skywalker is not good at being efficient on banners, so he's not good on offense. I mean, he'll kill you on offense for sure, but he won't necessarily do it cleanly unless you can solo something with him, but that can get dicey as well. So you put him on defense, and then you soak up a Galactic Legend, because there's still not a team that consistently beats this squad. Alright, we got 59. And are we through this zone? Yes, we are. And we actually got decent banners. We dropped 7 against Lord Vader, but that's to be expected. And in the back, he's got 2 more GLs, including Rey and Ben, and Jedi Master Luke, with the Luminara Omicron and a couple other things. Nothing too crazy. So we got to take out this Rey squad. And I'm still not, like, the best at her kit, honestly. Well, her kit, I'm fine. It's Ben that I want to know more about. Okay, so we have to get him into... We have to get her into yellow before we can take out Ben. Is that what I think it is? Okay, so she's in yellow now, so we could take out Ben, I guess. Holdo was like, hey, Ben's my boy, Sweat Stain. Or no, we really like him here in these here parts. I'm like, Holdo, you need to stop talking like a yokel, but, you know, whatever. So, alright, ult happens. Look at how close Jolee is to death. I need to get him more relics, actually. It's only relic 5. I think he's starting to feel his old age. Poor old Jolee, man. He just gets wiped out. The guy who's supposed to be there to revive just gets killed. And that's not a good thing, folks. It's not at all good, in fact. Okay, so in order to kill Rey here, we have to get Rey into yellow, and then we have to take out Ben. And every time our leader goes, Ben will revive. However, we did manage on the first try to kill Rey, and now that Rey is gone, she can't come back. I didn't know that for sure, though, at the time, folks. I just wasn't sure. I was like, man, if he takes a turn, are we just screwed? Like, is he just gonna, like, somehow, like, cause an endless loop and bring Rey back? I wasn't sure, so I'm just taking him out, and as long as he has an ally who is alive, which Holdo is apparently alive, she's on death's door, but she's alive, then he can keep coming back. And so, alright, we got through it. We dropped 5 banners, but I don't know. That was somewhat cheap. We still retained a decent Jedi Revan squad, and we managed to kill a Galactic Legend that was fairly tricky. And now we have one last, I think this is our final Galactic Legend that was available. We're going to take out this Jedi Master Luke, because I wasn't sure. I thought about Dash. Like, I don't think this team would kill Dash, but with all the healing and everything, I wasn't sure if Dash was going to be able to get through all of it. Plus, I'm still not great with Luminara's, with her Omicron. I don't know what it does, frankly. Like, I've read it a few times. I've felt like I've known, and then I've been like, oh, I feel disabused of said knowledge. You know, I just didn't know. So, you know, we took out Luminara first. People were like, I think the best move is to kill Luminara, but what I really want is to see how she does. So you should kill Barriss first. I was like, nope, we're just going to kill Luminara. And that's what we did. Because who knows? We don't want to give her the chance to just screw us, you know? In a bad way. Anyways. Alright, put the damage immunity on General Kenobi. And we'll just keep marching through, trying to take out Barriss here. Remember, I'm just saving my big hits from Cat so that we can eventually just take her out. Take out Barriss, or take out Skywalker really quick and easy. Yeah, okay. Look at that, like 400,000 something damage. Pretty fancy of us. And now we've got to take out Jedi Master Luke, who is, I think this is modded for a bunch of extra, health or protection? I forget which. You know, this guy had all the data crons, and it was a frankly pretty scary squad every time. Alright, so we're just building up our stacks to be able to hit more damage. Our invisible stacks. Okay, so we put some armor shred on him, but we can't crit him right now. He's got crit immunity. Well, now he doesn't. Now we can put some crits on him, put a jihad on him, whatever we need. So, yeah, he's not dying really though. We'll keep putting armor shreds on him so that he can take more damage, I guess. So tanky fellow though, folks, for Jedi, for this to go on this long is, I don't know, surprising, I guess. Let's pop the ults, try to heal up a little bit, see what we can do. We only have like a minute and 20 seconds left. It's a whole mess, folks. Finally got it. 54 banners, thank goodness. Alright, so we got through 3 Galactic Legends, and I think that's about it. He's still got some good teams. And now, alright, I make a blunder here, folks. This is alright, so far not bad. So we're trying to do the endless loop. And the first one, I'm like, okay, good job. I need to be doing basics on Red Trooper. That is the important part. Basics on Red and AoEs on Crew and Starkiller. But I decide to, I don't want to kill Red because he doesn't have the crit immunity. So I hit Crew, he hits me back, Red assists, and then because Red is a Sith, Starkiller assists and just kills me. And that was totally avoidable. I just blundered and I died. And it's embarrassing. Alright, here's TIE Fighter Pilot with the Omicron, so he takes a bonus turn every time I take a turn. He's hanging out with EP Mara. And this is actually a team I have on defense as well in this round. And in fact, this team on my end gets a hold. However, I felt like maybe my Han and Chewie had enough damage to just take out TIE Fighter Pilot right away, and even if we didn't, there's no tank here to prevent me from just taking him out right after, because we could hit him, then he'd take a bonus turn, but he's stunned, so we can't do anything, and then we can thereafter, you know, just take him out, with whoever goes next of mine. So, alright, we're using Dash against this Starkiller Crew team, and it's a little bit scary, actually. We want to take out Red Trooper first, and the goal here, of course, we want Vandor Chewie to survive so that he doesn't, so we can revive everyone else. So take out Red Trooper. Now we've got to take out Starkiller. He's about to get his Star Destroyer, though. It's not really that avoidable, really. Now the question is does a Star Destroyer do enough damage to kill my my Vandor? Because Vandor will revive both. If he had a squad of 50 and he lived and it one-shot everyone else but Vandor lived, Vandor would still revive the whole team, actually, the way under a dash lead anyways. Okay, so Star Destroyer of Healing heals them, and Dash keeps dying, as Dash will. And remember, people wonder why I keep using the basic instead of like the big AoE and stuff. The answer is the basic calls people to assist whenever it crits. And it also does 3 instances of damage. It actually does probably more individual damage than the AoE would. Okay, so I apparently resize my blue stacks a little bit. And I'm worried at first. I don't want Starkiller. He has a counterattack, so I don't want him to hit my Vandor. So I'm being a little bit cautious here. Trying to not hit Starkiller with Vandor. Even though Vandor actually does a crazy amount of damage. And remember, we can't stun these guys because it's Starkiller team. Now they have the crit immunity, so we can't even call assists. So we stun, which also dispels. Look at how often Dash is dead. That Omicron has saved our lives a bit. He's so close, guys. Can we actually get him over the hump? And of course, Vandor Chewie. He has his special does a crazy amount of damage, actually, folks. And now the question is, this is crew lead at Relic 9. Can we actually get through him? Are we going to? We're going to be able to actually, like, he heals himself so much every time we try to debuff him, or every time he gets like a new status effect. It heals his protection and his health. At Relic 9, he's a thick boy. But Vandor, once again, got our back, and he just aces him out. 37, which is a max banner cleanup on a team that Vader couldn't handle. Really wish I'd been able to kill that with Vandor, though. That would have, or with Vader, that would have helped a lot. Okay, so now what you're seeing is a weird team. We're using Padme. This is kind of the title card, the Sadme reference, and what's happening, you've seen this in other videos before, I'm sure, of mine, if you've watched me for a while, but the idea is Gideon goes first. He reduces everyone's turn meter, except for Padme and her team, who can't be turn meter reduced, and then he gives everyone with the support ability, with the support tag, a bunch of bonus protection, which with Padme teams translates into 20 courage. And I kind of blunder here a little bit. She's got 20 stacks of courage, and what I thought was if she uses her middle ability, that's going to give Aayla one more, like 5 more stacks, I should say. So Aayla will be able to then, take out Luke with one hit. I thought she'd have 25 stacks of courage if I did this. So, this is my own just miscalculation. I should have just done a basic, because we can't miss with the basic, and that would do enough damage to Luke to probably finish him off with Aayla, assuming we hit. Okay, instead I did the middle special, and of course we only have 24, which isn't enough to actually use more courage. So, I thought that I'd be able to take him out, or at least stun him, and apparently that was wrong. So now we're in a situation where it's like Luke has mostly healed himself now because he switched stances, and we really need to take him out, like, basically right now. So use the basic, and Padme did have enough courage to do it. So, okay, we got the stun on Chewpio here. Let's do a basic with Padme so that at least, what's her name, can get more stacks, and of course Chewpio just does his AoE and wipes all the stacks away. So Gideon is paying the price in his grave, which he kind of deserves. Frankly, he's kind of an a-hole, but yeah, I mean this isn't pretty. We get 52. I do it much more smoothly on a later battle, I believe. Maybe that's my alt, though. I don't remember. It's fairly reliable, frankly. It's just I misplayed it. I should have just done the 1-2 on Luke, taken him out, and then we could have killed Chewpio. Okay, so now we're using Bossk lead bounty hunters here, and we have to get the contract as quick as possible. So we're hitting Jyn right now, even though we can't kill her. We can't kill her yet, and our main target's going to be AdRad. We just need to get our contract. So, okay, we've done damage 9 times. We're at 90%. And we just got to snipe out AdRad, guys. But it's getting it gets a little bit worrisome. Like, he's at 49%. Okay, got our contract. Let's give turn meter to everyone, heal everyone up a little bit. Bossk can just taunt, and we just take out AdRad. And now the danger's mostly past. Like, Jin can try to revive him as much as she wants, but no amount of hope, rebellion or not, is going to actually save AdRad. See, she tried. You tried, Jin. Gin and juice. Yeah, let's try to heal up our banners if we can, but K2 is going to give us a great opportunity to do that anyways, and Jin doesn't really do that much damage. So now, you know, we have a choice. We could take out K2 or take out Jin. I decided, let's just, like, K2 we can just keep stun locked for the most part, or like we're going to be able to heal from whatever damage he does. Like, he's not that much of a threat. This is the best 3v3 team, but as long as you can kind of contain K2, you're all set. So there we go, 57 banners, and we're being fairly efficient, except for that one blunder with Vader. And so this leads us to another situation where we need to take out this Qui-Gon team. And alright, so we need to stun Anakin if we can, or increase his cooldowns at the very least. I'm looking at my abilities, and I think I misplayed this still. I'm gonna have to rewatch it when I'm not making commentary. But the idea is we want to you know, kill Qui-Gon, but we don't want Anakin to actually be able to go. So we want to stun him for once we kill Qui-Gon. And so we did get the stun. And now the idea is if we can kill Qui-Gon, and this is probably the mistake, guys. I probably should have tried to kill, like, gosh. So we didn't kill Qui-Gon. Not killing him. And now I probably should have just shot Anakin for a while and just played it for a while, and I didn't, and we just got killed. So we failed a second time, which is, it's pretty deadly in threes, folks. But all right. Let's bring Wampa against this weird Qi'ra Nest Skando team, I guess. I don't know. Like, the team isn't that scary. I mean, Nest is tough to kill, but Wampa doesn't care about her. So, all right, let's clean this team up. One thing that I've found, folks, is trying to clean a team up immediately after you've failed against it is sometimes just not that wise, actually. Sometimes it's much wiser to just leave it alone for a minute, take out a different team, and then come back. Okay, we could have gotten one banner back there, actually, if I'd been paying attention. It's probably a little bit tilty there. All right, we got the Commander Luke team. Let's try to take out this Jedi Training Rey team. I've been trying to figure out for a while, like, you know, obviously they're gonna all be faster than me. So how can my Commander Luke team do this? Like, Jedi Training Rey is actually like kind of an off-meta counter to CLS, and so we, you know, off-meta being like we used to risk this quite a bit. Like, I used to remod my Jedi Training Rey specifically so that she would be able to take out Luke. And actually, they're still modded that way, because I discovered that the way you mod Jedi Training Rey teams is just to kill Luke is just the way you should be modding them with, which means BB-8 with crit chance and everything. It seems crazy, but it works. It does work, folks. And all right, killed R2-D2. We're kind of being awkward, just trying to get as many banners as we can, though. She put healing immunity on Luke, which isn't great. You know, we gotta cycle through and get rid of that healing immunity on him as quick as we can so that we can get more banners. Ever more banners. She's got so much foresight, so much dodging. It's not fun. She doesn't even have a dodge cron on. She just dodges a lot herself because she has dodge in her whatever it's called in her kit. Almost can do the change stances move for Luke, but not quite. So we got 56, and I got through that zone. I think we're about done with all the zones. Like, we've been fairly efficient except for our blunders. In the back, of course, he's got the same fleet zone as me. He's got, except I have a Home 1 fleet instead of Radis. So, alright, let's take out this Fin Fin Po team. And remember, Fin Fin Po used to be, like, really, really awesome. And it's maybe not as awesome anymore, just because they get outsped by, like, everything. And, so we want to take out Finn first, of course. And then eventually you'll take out the backup Finn, but you want to take out Poe next. And we're just taking advantage of Mace's ability to Shatterpoint the backup Finn a little bit, but Poe's the damage dealer here. I mean, at this point, it's pretty easily concluded. I mean, we're using Basti lead because she's going to be able to everyone can absorb a little extra damage because she gives so much bonus protection, and you know it's probably preferable to just using Jedi Revan lead in this specific example. So, all right, 2 fails. Can we get through these ships with our off metas? And so we're taking Empire here against this Home 1 fleet, and I'm still trying to figure out what the best starting comp is. You have to have shuttle for sure. And then the question is, do you use the Sith Bomber? Do you use TIE Fighter? Do you use, like, some people like to use Vader on as like the third? They kill the Sith Fighter, or the Sith Bomber, and that's fine. So if they had killed that shuttle, that would have been pretty bad, though. Okay, so finally we get our bomber in. Remember, we're playing the long game. You can see I'm kind of gesturing to the stream. Like, we want to keep them all on fire. They're all rebels, so, you know, the bomber has crazy synergy against rebels specifically. All right, they kill our shuttle, which is not great at all. That's what keeps us alive. It gives us all the bonus protection. So that means we have to do the AoE and set them on fire again. They can't assist each other, which is huge against this fleet. And they can't gain bonus turn meter, which they couldn't because it's profundity anyways. And, I mean, this... what you're seeing here too, folks, is if you practice this in Arena, this is fairly consistent until you realize most Cantina, or most I don't know if I've been saying Cantina, if you practice this in the Arena, a lot of teams are going to have some extra, like, fluff, some extra, and this guy has all Relic 8s, if not 9s, and gosh, look at how close we came to just wiping him out. Just an unlucky roll there, folks. Gosh. Just killing me here. And I mean, maybe we can pull this off, but it's looking grim. So okay, let's take this guy out. All right, they kill our capital ship. No good, and that's a full heal for them. So maybe we can kill the Falcon or something. I mean, we can't heal or anything. We just got Vader left. They take an unreasonable number of turns and kill us. So. I don't know, a little bit bad RNG there, honestly, guys. And maybe I played a little poorly too. I'm not sure, but one way or another. Okay, so let's take a break. Let's do our Executor counter. And okay, so let me pause it real quick, guys, to explain what happened. So. My opponent has a Relic 9 IG-88, specifically to counter this counter. I have a Relic 7 Plo Koon to counter their team. However, a Relic 9 IG-88 means that I can't use Plo Koon here without relying on a coin flip. If Plo Koon goes first, he puts the taunt onto Clone Sergeant, and then they shoot Clone Sergeant, and everything is presumably okay. However, I did not win the coin flip this time, which means they got to go first, and they just killed Plo before he could add the taunt, which is a disaster. I was like, okay, damage control immediately. What can we do to stop this? You know, and we actually did kill IG-88, so that's good, or IG-2000, whatever. I was like, okay, how greedy can we get? Can we kill more things? Trying to figure out what ships to do. I was like, you know, one big hit from Ahsoka probably kills the other ship. I'm thinking this whole time, this is how we need to do things, because we're just going to fail our attack. We need to kill as many ships as we can immediately. Like that's the goal here. Is, you know, and they ended up marking Clone Sergeant in a fit of irony. I just love Love that they killed, or that they marked. It's like, that's what I want you to mark, dude. Because Clone Sergeant, the thing that's awesome about Clone Sergeant for this counter, guys, is they can't ignore him because he is a piloted ship. Alright, so let's dispel all the nonsense from Slave 1, thank you. And if you're using the Y-Wing, they can just ignore him because he doesn't have a pilot. And so if you can give Clone Sergeant the taunt, things get a lot better. So we're actually doing okay. They finally get through our Clone Sergeant, but look at this, folks. Like we're actually, I don't know, there's only one ship left to kill Anakin, but it's like maybe despite our just crazy blunder start, maybe we just get a one shot anyways. So maybe that was a little good RNG. I don't know. It worked out. Like Plo took the hits, and then they made Clone Sergeant taunt. Like, just makes me laugh. Like I thought it was a total disaster there. I thought we were just gonna lose without killing a ship, and instead we didn't even need to clean it up. Albeit we did get pretty poor banners there. We dropped 12. I guess that's not crazy bad. All things considered, it's not dropping 20 certainly. And so Malevolence actually is a low percentage win against AdRad comps anyways. And they don't have any reinforcements. They don't have any tanks. We did a pretty good job of gutting this team. And that's what I like about the Empire comp is usually you can at least kill with the Empire comps. You can at least kill a big chunk of them so that you're able to get the cleanup at the very least. So, all right, we got through the two off-meta teams, or meta teams with our own off-meta. And now we're using the Radis versus Radis because this gets really high banners. The problem being, of course, he's got high relics on all of his pilots, and I don't. So there's a few things that go, I don't know, I'm not going to say like wrong exactly, but like a little differently. They go differently than usual circumstances would indicate. So you start with your three attackers, and then you get your Karth ship in to be able to do his gosh, we can't even kill Falcon because he's so thick. Normally Falcon dies there, but Karth does enough deep dispels that their resistance ship finally does dispel. And okay, then of course he does his drive-by, or their Falcon does their drive-by, and this is all because they have crazy relics on all their pilots, guys. I mean, that's what this is. Like, that's why we're struggling here right now. I've done this a few other times, and I'm telling you that if you follow the prescribed path that I did, it goes really smoothly. And as it stands, though, we still got the Annihilate off. Killed their own Radis. Radis killing Radis. It's ironic. And yeah, we have all the advantage now. We hold the advantage. Can do the drive-by. Finally killing a couple more ships. And not too bad. Not too bad. A little bit bad. 70 banners. So, yeah, normally I get 74, but it's a pretty reliable counter. Once you figure out the right method, you guys know last season I was trying to remember how to do it and just kind of failing. So, all right, I dropped 108, 107 banners total, and so I needed my opponent to fail. I had an okay defense. He only has 4 Galactic Legends to work with, and he has to kill my Lord Vader and Jabba. So the hope is that he can't actually do it, folks. Let's see what the final results were, however, shall we? Alright, here, folks. Here is the final. So he failed on my Lord Vader right away. I one-shot the Jabba. Everything else in the front zone he was able to one-shot. In the back zone, he also failed against the EP type pilot team. I'm excited to see what he used there, actually. But after my success against it, I decided I wasn't going to run this comp anymore. However, I needed him to fail at least one more time, probably in ships. I mean, I failed 3 times, and then I got some pretty poor banners as well. So I needed him to do about the same, and he did actually fail once against my Executor, and I don't know, if he had, I think I needed him to drop like 5 banners or something on my home one fleet, and at the end of the day, he did not drop any, and I don't know what to tell you guys, other than the font is, like, hiding my face. This is crazy. So, anyways, we lost. Man, I'm so disappointing, man. This is devastating, guys. Losing by 5, like... especially because, and I'm not gonna say like I gave him the win. Like I messed up myself. Like if my Vader had just killed Starkiller the way I knew how to do, and I just blundered, I would have just won. Like there's not much question. Or if I had played Bad Batch a little bit better, or if I'd just been a little more efficient, grabbed a couple more banners here and there. Though honestly, I think I acquitted myself pretty well. This is the first time in 3v3 for a while. Like. He was probably rusty too, so who really knows, guys? The problem is, this guy's a really skilled player, and he's got, like, a crazy good roster, so I can't really begrudge him the win. You know, no excuses at the end of the day, guys. He's got a great roster, he's got all this stuff, like, you're tempted to make excuses, but at the end of the day, I made mistakes that I could have avoided, and I am facing the consequences with a loss, and I hate that. Hate that I'm gonna lose because of something like that, but I don't know, that's how it is. Like you make one huge blunder, or even, you know, I don't know if it's like one misclick. I mean, it wasn't a misclick. I intentionally clicked to use the basic on crew, so but like one mistake and it's over. Then that's how it is at the top, guys. We're in the top 50, you know, number 40 in this match, and I got shoved way back though, almost out of the top 100 even after just this one hit, after this one fail, and anyways, guys, good match to my opponent. Hopefully we get to match each other again, and yeah, my opponent actually ended up winning the whole group, for what it's worth. I mean, he's no scrub, he's a really good player. Hopefully I gave him the closest match out of all of them, but who knows. Anyways, folks, that's it for today. Stay tuned. I've got the other 2 from this week lined up already. So, guys, thank you all so much for watching. And remember that in all things, even fails, even losses like this, even with a bad haircut, Xaereth prevails. Take care, guys.